Welcome to more of the Alex Joe Show. Being Alex Joe, I am honoring Alex Jones, who is obviously my inspiration for this. I love the gravelly voice, the in-your-face attitude. I love the thoughts he generates in me, myself, and I'm sure countless others. And he uses the term waking people up. It's a great idea, waking people up, or making people see with new eyes. People, if you will, being born again. People, those who have ears, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see. All right. I'm going to borrow bits and pieces of his show and further expound on them myself. And recently he had a great piece on some ego conference down in the southwest area of the United States, and it was wonderful, and it really generated a lot of ideas in myself and perhaps in you too. And I would like to share some of those ideas. And Alex Jones, if you're out there, I hope you give me permission to use parts of your clips. I think I'm using it in a fair way, and I invoke the fair use doctrine. I will use bits and pieces of your proprietary clips, Alex Jones. If you do not tell YouTube to delete these, then I imagine they'll stay, unless the Goldman Sachs person asks them to be removed, in which case you know damn well they're going to. Darn well they will be removed. But thank you.
Let's go ahead and go to the clip. Here it is.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I know it's not very fashionable. He helped pioneer groundbreaking new land preservation techniques such as conservation easements and debt for nature swaps.
Debt for nature swap. That's a very interesting idea. Debt for nature. Debt for nature. Well, what's nature? Nature is trees, forest, animals, right? Those are all nature, clouds, the sky. Well, land. Let's say it's land. Okay, so debt for land swap. What does that really mean? Land. Countries have land. All right, give us some of your land and we'll forgive some of your debt. Debt for land swaps. Hey, maybe that's a great idea, right? After all, this is Alex Joe, Alex Jones without the N, without the negativity. Hey, Goldman Sachs, maybe you can help us out. By us, I mean the United States of America. What do we own that we can sell?
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I know it's not very fashionable.
In a debt for land swap. See, our debt, such as it is, can be removed very quickly. We could ease our debt tomorrow if we wanted to. I'm not actually proposing this, because if we eliminated our debt tomorrow, I'm sure that the Congress would just run up new debt. Hey, now we have more money to spend. Don't give those people any more money to spend, please. But what do we have? What land do we have? Well, and here I'd like to pause for just a minute. And Alex Jones likes to reference The Matrix. And The Matrix is a good movie, and it's got a lot of great ideas, a lot of symbolism, excuse me, a lot of good ideas. After all, The Matrix is a 10-year-old movie, and South Park, which is a show that is very deep on many levels, and it uses comedy very well, comedy, sarcasm, satire. South Park loves to parody The Matrix. They did it in the first episode of this year, 2011, fall of 2011. They got some good digs in on The Matrix. Aliens or artificial intelligence, we don't know what it is, but we're going to shoot it, right? There's so much more to The Matrix than that. But a great film nowadays that's more recent than The Matrix, that still has a lot of conspiracy theories buried within it, a lot of important symbolism, is Transformers 3. Transformers 3 is centered around a conspiracy regarding the moon. And boy, There's a chunk of land, isn't there? The moon. Whose flag is in the moon? The flag of the United States. The United States. We the people. We the people of the United States, in effect, own the moon. And here we are cutting NASA's budget. Why on earth are we cutting NASA's budget? There may be a reason. What is that reason? I would say that one reason is the United States, after World War II, a nation that was not heavily involved. World War II was not fought on our soil, but on the soil of others. And it was a devastating war. Devastating. The United States, of course, was the dominant power after World War II. Some people would say that we allowed Russia or the Soviet Union, we more or less allowed them to grow, perhaps because we needed a competitor. We needed a foil. Was there ever a missile gap? Who knows? Or was it just a figment of the government's own imagination? Or was it a sham designed to keep the war spending going, if not the war? But I digress. Land for debt swap or nature for debt swap. We could sell our interest in the moon. Or we could lease lunar interest. Isn't Japan setting up a lunar probe to map the moon? Isn't India and China also interested in the moon? The United States owns the moon. We should set up a base there immediately. Okay? Anyway, what else do we own? Well, we own Antarctica. Who finances, who runs the post in Antarctica? We do, the United States of America. The people of the United States own Antarctica. Okay? If we don't, we should claim it immediately, tomorrow. Okay? We can lease out Antarctica to whatever scientists want to study there. Okay? Another piece of property we own is, let's face it, Taiwan. We could sell Taiwan to the Chinese and eliminate, I don't know, what should we charge for Taiwan? 2 trillion, 3 trillion, 1 trillion? It's got to be worth at least $1 trillion. With inflation and devaluation of the dollar, Taiwan is worth at least $1 trillion. Let's be honest, okay? We own Taiwan. We can sell Taiwan to the Chinese. All right? Enough about that. Debt for nature swap, debt for land swap. To take it to the nth degree, we could sell the Western United States back to the French, except the French don't have any money. A whole nother idea is NATO. What on earth is NATO? But that's another story and another time. Let's look at the clip.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I know it's not very fashionable.